Yo.
Yes, sir.
What's up, guys? Yes. This DJ will kick the floor in 3, 2, 1.
On the troll.
Hello and welcome back to Mzansi. We're back. Here is that time of the night. Perhaps today we can say short call, short one. But a bit interesting because there was something happening in that court. At least we got to see that what is good for the Gwenda is not good for the... For the what, Emily?
That is not good for the geese. Not good.
It's good for the Gwenda. Yes. MNISI tries by all means to object on what Baloyi was doing or was submitting, and the judge tells MNISI to sit down.
Sit down.
Yes.
Sit down, please.
Which then led to MNISI later not willingly stand up. The judge asked him later, "Oh, now you can."
Respond.
MNISI says, "No, you set me down.
Shut me down.
You shut me down." That's what
He
you
did
did.
shut him down.
Yes. And then the judge pretends as if it's okay to continue with the case when another counsel is not happy. More especially about his behavior, which is not going to fly. I can tell you now, it's not going to fly. You know, he can go and do whatever that he wants to do and thinks that he's going to run the case like that. It's not going to fly because then accused number one is going to apply later and say, "No, I was not well represented."
And also, there was a statement that Advocate Baloyi put as effect to say that Canal Stain combined or was able to connect accused number 1 and number 3 via phone calls. So that's where MNISI wanted to stand up and kind of correct or address that situation. But then they stopped him. They're saying he's not supposed to object. Advocate Baloyi also was not explicit about the fact that he's making an application. He sounded as if he's going on with his cross-examination.
Yes.
Mina ngimangale ekugcineni at the end when he's saying, "Oh, this is an application, section whatever." And I'm like, "Haibo, so this is an application. Why didn't you formally say it at the beginning that the state will be making an application to have Ntanzi's confession to be used?" He's acting like it's a normal thing, it's normal procedure. He just wants to use the confession and nobody can stop him. That's how he was approaching that entire thing. It's almost like usually when the defense would want to make applications, there used to be an argument. Who still remembers? Now, in this instance, that organic argument before an application is made
Yes,
was taken away.
it was.
We didn't even know that this person is making an application until towards the end. Now, corner, he's not saying it. It's the judge saying it and telling them to respond. Respond kanjani. So for those who are complaining and be like, why did the court adjourn early? They didn't know that was an
There's
application.
going to be a submission of such
It just
to
clanged
cross-examine on someone else's confession.
on someone else's confession. They still have to
Cross-examining
research
someone else.
and find out whether this can be done. Has it been done before? What cases has it been done in? And then study those cases and the judgments and see what had happened, the details of the case. They still have to find sections in the law that permit or disagree with what is just about to happen. Okay, already to me doesn't feel right. it doesn't feel right. I'm not a lawyer, but it doesn't feel right. But we'll see tomorrow what their arguments are going to be, or rather today, what their arguments are going to say and be to counteract what is just about to take place. When we were at the beginning of this trial, I used to hear stuff like you cannot use the confession of accused so and so to bind accused so and so, right? I used to hear stuff like that being said. But now he's saying that these confessions have been admitted. And because they've been admitted, they are obligated, not even obligated. What's the word that he used? As the state, they are allowed to cross-examine accused number one about the contents of the confession of accused number two. He's about to embark on a very tedious exercise. We all know how Advocate Balo is moving. Those bank transactions that he was reading, none of them were necessary. They didn't prove anything at the end of the day. And right now he was even trying to pin accused number one to say that because airtime is being bought, then it means he bought airtime for the other MTN number. He wishy-washy.
To hide, or he was actually he's saying the airtime buying, robust airtime buying, was because this of whatever that was about to happen, and they were using the number, different number that couldn't be picked up, like not the one that music uses. Those are things that were subjected to because of that court. So the question is, can you cross-examine on someone else's confession?
That's the question, Mr. Anonymous. You have an answer. I don't. I didn't have enough time to research.
But let's go on, and we will deal with it once we reach that point.
So accused number one was brought in late this morning in court, and court resumed with Baloyi saying that they had been informed that the reason for the delay was because of traffic issues. Well, he continued with Exhibit EEE, the Capitec bank statement. And he started with the date of the 30th of September 2014, payment received from SARS, and then he was asked for Sloras. He said he doesn't know where Umuzi. They are saying that this transaction, the receiving of payment, the transaction happened there at Fosloras. And he said that he doesn't know where this Fosloras and Naledi is. It's not quite clear and explicit on the statement. Well, Baloyi said that it was Fosloras, Naledi, and continued to ask him more questions. He asked him, do you know anything about this transaction? And Sibia said that just like he mentioned before, he cannot choose where this was, whether it was with Mbali or whether it was with him. He cannot really differentiate. Then Baloyi asked him, do you perhaps recall what was purchased at Spitz, Johannesburg? Sibia said that he doesn't remember what he purchased at Spitz on that day. Now, in another bank statement, where purchases were made for Spitz Carlton Center, Johannesburg, on the 16th of July 2015 at 1354 for goods and services using the Nedbank card. Now, first off, these dates are kind of far apart and different because the Spitz purchase was on the 1st of October 2014 and another one was on the 16th of July 2015. This is like almost a couple of months apart, a lot of months apart, right, in between. So Baloyi then said, this was not the first transaction at Spitz Johannesburg. And Sibia said, yes, it was not the first time. There are many items that he says he purchased. He says we purchased, meaning it includes Umbali. They purchased at Spitz. And Spitz also does sell women's clothing. So Baloyi then said, when we were dealing with photos of the pointing out, we saw that you were wearing Kavela shoes. And I asked myself, what has this got to do with anything? Especially, maybe if you were to tell us that one of the people that came into the house was wearing Kavela shoes, or it had been put into statement, even if it were put into statement, it needed to be verified, right? You can't just say someone is wearing an Uzi t-shirt, it must be the one who had done the crime. It doesn't work like that. So now, I was asking myself, what is the relevance of these Kavela shoes? What is this? Well, Baloyi showed them on the screen. He even had a picture ready, which is one of the pictures from the pointing out, or maybe it's one of the exhibits, I don't know. But in that picture, Sibia is wearing Kavela shoes. So Baloyi then asked Sibia for the brand name of the shoe he was wearing in the photo, and Sibia said it's a Kavela. And Baloyi asked him, where were they purchased? Sibia said they were bought at Spitz. And Baloyi said, so you are the one who made these purchases at Spitz on the 1st of October 2024. Well, Sibia said, is the prosecutor asking me or telling me? Uyangbuza noma uyangitshela na? Well, Baloyi said, yes, we are asking you if you are the one who made those purchases in light of your answer that you bought the Kavela shoes at Spitz. Well, Sibia said, no, those are the only pair of Kavela shoes that he has, or they're not the only pair of Kavela shoes that he has. Even now, he says that he's wearing Kavela shoes, and the prosecutor can't say that on the 1st of October 2014, he can tell him when they see the transaction that it's that of those particular shoes that he's wearing in the picture. It's not like that. He says he did not buy those shoes on the 1st of October 2014. So Baloyi then said, and all of them were bought at Spitz. And Sibia said, yes, I bought them at Spitz. It's not just Spitz in Johannesburg. At Germiston, there's also a Spitz. At Sandton, there's a Spitz. And there's also a Spitz at Johannesburg. Then the prosecutor said... He said that the prosecutor cannot state that he bought those specific Kavelas at a Spitz of Johannesburg. And it is very interesting to see that purchases from 2014, 2015 that are very much far apart are being made or given a place to say that in a particular picture that Sibia says was taken in 2018, then those must be the particular Spitz shoes. It's wow. It's wow. It's a wow experience. You cannot say for certainty what he was buying at Spitz. What if he was buying something else?
I think Baloyi is just what it is, man. You know, that kind of a person that believes his own vomit, in my opinion.
To me, this is scary, man. It looks so evil just watching. You're like, yo, is this really what's happening? Joe, this is vile. This is just... Is this how you are rated as a lawyer? I can't do it. I cannot. I would have long dismissed this case. I would have said, you know what? In fact, I would not even have taken it. I'd be like, this is not enough proof. Do you want me to be embarrassed in court? What is this? Go do a proper investigation. But it seems like that's not how it works. It's not how it works at all. But because what is this? This is a disgrace. Well, Baloyi then said, we are not confining the purchases. Only on the 1st of October, we mentioned that another purchase was made at the Spitz, or at Spitz on the 16th of July 2015 at Spitz Carlton Center using the Nedbank card. And he asked Sibia, do you have any comment? Do you reiterate your previous response? Well, Sibia said, when we are talking about that, those pairs of shoes, I bought those shoes in 2018. Referring to the ones that were in the picture. Well, Baloyi then said, but you say that you bought other pairs of Kavela shoes at Spitz previously. And Sibia said, yes, Mbali also wore Kavela. So Baloyi went to the transaction of the 30th of September 2014, where he says there was an inflow of funds from SARS with the amount of 6,594 rands and 52 cents. And he asked Sibia, what was that payment for from SARS? How is it any of your business? Like how are we reaching so low? Like the level... SARS ingenaphi?
Ayithandi indaba Vaseline.
Is this a money laundering case? Is this a fraud case? Ifunani SARS, Nkosi yami. Well, he said that Sibia's response is that money from SARS is the tax return. And Baloyi asked him, was it after your assessment? Well, Sibia said they do assess you when you are working annually. There comes a time when you go and submit or file for yourself. And when you submit, they see if your deductions have been enough or too much. So every year they do that and give you paperwork to file and stuff. So Baloyi then said on the 1st of October 2014, there was an ATM cash withdrawal fee of 460. And on the 1st of October 2014, there was a purchase transaction in the amount of 50 rands. And he asked him, was this for airtime? Well, Sibia said it would be better if there was someone from Capitec, because the question that he has, they end up sounding like he's asking the prosecutor when he has to respond to a question. But if someone from the bank, if they were here, he would be able to divert some of the questions to them. Then they would respond that this is like this and this is like that. Because now the prosecutor is telling him that this is this and this is that, then he reads something and then asks him. But if it was someone from Capitec, they would be explaining to them, to all of them, that it was written like this, then this is what it means. Just like it happened with Pinkifa in Telengam, right? Other entries there that did not make sense. And she came and she explained what was going on. So the same thing with these bank statements is required and needed. It's actually a need at this point because Sibia is having issues with some of these transactions and some of how this stuff has been documented. It's his right. If he wants to call someone a Capitec bank agent or correspondent, it's his right to do that.
It will be too late. That was supposed to be done by the state. That means the state have actually questioned on some of the things that they cannot even themselves explain because they are confusing. How can you withdraw for rand something for cash?
Well, Baloyi then said then on the 1st of October 2014, there's an entry that says correction prepaid purchase. Then the next transaction again on the 1st of October 2014 says prepaid purchase MTN. Sibia said that he did say that the statement that it has a lot of mistakes in the beginning, right? And where it says 2007 he opened the account, it's a mistake. How many more mistakes are inside? He said when we continue, there's a mistake that we're seeing because if there was a person from the bank, they would be explaining to us as well that if there was a mistake, the correction was made and how that correction was made, how it got fixed and what would have happened, what would have been the plausible explanation and how it happened. So he said this was very powerful when he said it, that it seems like finder, meaning that they are gambling. Finder is being played with his life. So it means he's trying to say that they are gambling. It seems like
they're gambling with his life.
He's being played with his life. Yes, these documents are being brought to gamble with my life. This is my life that they are gambling with, risking my life. Powerful. And it sounds like a gamble, a huge gamble. that Baloyi is taking, and I don't know what he's expecting to get back. But it is a gamble.
Well,
and
he
it's
started
unfair.
gambling long time ago when they took them to jail.
It's unfair. It's unfair what has happened to, especially Musi and Danzi. Aye.
He has gambled with their lives.
No. What he has... Icon. So Baloyi then said, Mr. Sibia, the statement speaks for itself. On the 1st of October 2014, you made a prepaid purchase of 50 rand. The transaction did not go through. The next transaction shows correction. You were credited with 50 rands. You then purchased MTN airtime for 100 rands. This is not the job that the prosecutor is actually supposed to be doing. The bank person would have come and explained all of this with ease. And for him to reread what he's seeing on the statement back to the witness is not really sufficient, because the witness is telling you that they don't understand what happens when there's a mistake that the bank has made and how they fix it. He doesn't understand that. So Sibia then said, when I ask questions to the prosecutor, it is because I also want to understand what's going on. If there was a person from the bank, I would have asked them. When they said I bought airtime and the purchase did not go through, what happened when they were making that correction? Did they return the money or what? I don't know. Well, Baloyi said, which MTN number were you using at the time? Well, Sibia said, I did say that the MTN I was using ended up with, or the number was ending with 109. Plus, this 50 rands, did it return to the card? It does not specify how much airtime was bought. He was looking at this document that he was being referred to, and he had questions, right? But then Advocate Baloyi dismissed and said, say, we have shown the entries to you on your account. You purchased airtime for 50 rands. One can see the balance there was 2,822 and 7 cents. And after you bought the 50 rand airtime, then you were credited with 50 rands back. You see now that balance was 2,872. It has increased by 50 rand. So it was paid back into the account. And then you purchase airtime of 100 rands. We can see there the balance is 2,772 and 7 cents. He was trying to explain, but still, this is not something that he would have needed to do, just like there was no need for him to explain any of the cell phone data, right? There was no need for him to be explaining such nitty-gritties, because he had brought the people that are aligned with these particular information to the court to testify, so that they take off the load of his shoulders. So now it's like he's forcing Sibia to accept things that he doesn't want to accept, and it's kind of weird. It's very weird. Well, Baloyi then said on the 2nd of October 2014, there was a purchase made at TRW Truworths, Johannesburg, using the card 791, and then 199 rands was spent, and he asked CBI if he's the one who made those purchases, and CBI said that if the prosecutor is assuming that it's Truworths, how am I going to know? Sibia said that he was using the card with Mbali. He would be making a mistake if he says that it was either Mbali or himself, but the card was used by both of them. So Baloyi went to the translation of or the transaction of 2nd of October 2014. He was reading the transaction as well as the SMS notification fees and more withdrawals. Then a deposit was made at Naledi Mall of 300 rands, and Baloyi asked Sibia, did you go into the branch to make this deposit? Well, Sibia said no. As I was saying, that I resided at the home states. A person who may have is either Mbali or another person. Any person can make a deposit, which is true, especially in 2014, because we didn't have, I don't remember if we had these ATMs where you would deposit the money outside of the bank. We didn't have them yet, ne?
Yeah, maybe there were not many.
There were not many. I think it was Capitec. only at the time. So they were very scarce. Around 2014, I don't remember that being a thing. We used to go to inside the bank if you wanted to deposit money. I can recall because I used to deposit money a lot around that time. So I would go inside of the bank. So if the person I'm sending money to is using Standard Bank, I'll go inside Standard Bank, make the deposit. If they're using ABSA, I would go inside the bank and make the deposit inside of the bank. So I don't remember it being a thing that there were ATMs that were able to do that at the time. So Baloyi went to the 9th of October 2014. There was 100 rands withdrawal. 10 October 2014, there was a prepaid purchase MTN of 12 rands. I sat there and I waited for maybe the 25th.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't listen to those. Okay, I did listen, but I was like, I'm not going to note them. I'm just going to let them pass by. So then he said from the 18th of October to the 25th, Muzi was buying airtime. He said on the 25th of October 2014, prepaid purchase MTN of 12 rands airtime. And he said they noted that this is the day before the deceased was killed. Hey, this is the day the day before the deceased was killed. Maybe we'll see that huge cash injunction where it's coming from an anonymous account or maybe an account that is linked to either of the accused in court. No, nothing of that sort. So I'm going to burst your bubble before we even continue. Nothing like that happened. They try to make it look like it with the 4,000 rands deposit, but I can't. Then the 26th of October 2014, he said that this is the day which the deceased was killed. There were prepaid purchase MTN 30 rands airtime. Then the day after the deceased was killed, the 27th of October 2014, prepaid purchase MTN 12 rands. 28th of October 2014, prepaid purchase MTN 12 rands. 28th of October 2014, again prepaid purchase MTN 30 rands. And then on the 29th of the 30th, my apologies, the 30th of October 2014, prepaid purchase MTN 12 rand 30. 31st of October 2014, prepaid purchase MTN 40 rands airtime. It's not even airtime, it's just says prepaid purchase MTN. We don't know whether it's airtime or it's data. It's not direct. MTN October 2014, prepaid purchase MTN 12 rand. So he asked Mr. Sibia, we see that from the 18th of October 2014 to the 31st of October 2014, you purchased prepaid MTN. All in all, it was about 216 rands worth of airtime. Is there an explanation for this?
Oh, yes. I was calling others so that we can go shoot Senzo. I guess that's an explanation that is expecting.
Azanka Boreaso. So buying airtime is a crime. Would you care to explain? Yeah. I said, I can't give a fuck. And you know what the weird thing is? Those transactions don't have locations. They don't state even what number.
I mean, if you're buying airtime from the app, it's not gonna show you where you are at.
Where you're at. Maybe they have some background, the bank people. They can pull such. We are never gonna know because they didn't call them. We don't know whether the cell phone number, which cell phone number. Again, when you buy airtime, you enter the cell phone number that you're buying the airtime for. None of that information is there. And also,
did you say you were buying airtime for MTN number?
Yes.
Certain number.
Yes. The number is not specified which number it is. So it was very weird. It was just a hullabaloo. It was strange. So Svia then said or asked him from buying airtime. Baloyi said yes, that there is a high frequency. There is a high frequency of use of prepaid MTN airtime for the period of 16th of October to the 31st of October. That does not reflect anywhere else in your bank statement. So, Ubaloyi maibugu sbiya. Ubona ngathi usbiya is not worthy of buying airtime on a daily basis. Ubona ngathi akumfanele ukuthi athengi airtime every day. Ukuthenga airtime is a crime. How dare you Svia afford to buy airtime on a daily basis? This is so strange. Guys, please make him stop. Make him stop, please. Aye. No. No. These things that we're being exposed to, no, they're not nice. Seeing the prosecution like this, I ain't getting afraid. So he said that, and it was quite strange. It was quite strange because when he's asking Svia this question, right, and Svia is also asking him that, from buying airtime, then Baloyi said, yes, there's a high frequency of use of MTN airtime for the period from 16th to the 31st of October 2014. That does not reflect anywhere else in your bank statement. And I'm asking myself, is he not reading from his Capitec bank statement, right? Is that not where he's reading all of this from? So he's the one who's supposed to give Sbiya that information gahle since he's decided to appoint himself as a Capitec bank a consultant, right, or agent or correspondent. He's the one who's supposed to give him all this information. Well, MNISI stood at this point and said, I'm just wondering, where does the state get this information from that these transactions refer to purchase of airtime? Because it says here, prepaid purchase, MTN. We don't know whether this is data or airtime. So the state says, let Mr. Sbiya explain why this high frequency of airtime purchase. That is why I'm asking, where does he get information from that indeed this was airtime? Angithi yabana why sitting a bank consultant ezochaza. Yabo. This is exactly why.
Yes.
Ubaloyi we thatha ukuthi this is airtime. Yabo. That's a question. That's a very good question that came from a defense. I can see why by the end another person was very upset and telling him to sit down. Because this does punch at the whole thing. It punched at whatever wilderness Baloyi was taking us to. Well, Baloyi then said we did ask Mr. Sbiya earlier on when we were dealing with the second transaction as to whether this was for airtime, and he confirmed. But you can clarify that yourself, Mr. Sbiya. And Sbiya said that the prosecutor is the one who is telling me that these transactions are what they are. I'm just answering to what he's telling me. Well, Baloyi said yes, but in light of your counsel's objection, can you clarify, was this airtime or was this data? Sbiya said, I think the prosecutor is the one that can tell us whether it was data or airtime, because I did state that it has been a while since this happened. I don't recall how it happened. The prosecutor is the one who read here and found out, since there's no one from Capitec to come and confirm and explain to that, we can ask them questions, They'd be the ones who are in a better position to explain whether it was data or airtime. Baloyi then moved on and said between the 18th of October 2014. And the 31st of October 2014, there were 15 transactions for recharge of prepaid purchase MTN, and Sibia said the prosecutor has counted them while he hasn't counted them, so they gave him time. Baloyi said he should count them, and Sibia came to that sum of 15 as well. And he asked Baloyi Ati, and we see that on the 26th of October 2014, the day that the deceased was killed, there was a higher recharge than previously of 30 rands prepaid purchase MTN. Ramusipili objected at this point and said that that preposition is incorrect. If we look at Exhibit EE1, it shows from the beginning of the statement that whoever bought that prepaid purchase from MTN had every second day, and it would be typical that it would be 50 rands that was talked about, that was reversed. There's a higher, purchase of 12 rands. There are other 30 rands in between. So this 30 rand is not unique. So Obaloyi is saying on the 26th of October 2014, Muzi bought 30 rands airtime, and he's saying we can see that is a spike, is a higher amount than what you usually buy.
It's back.
Yasin. So he says that Ubramusipili said that there are other 30 rands in between. So this 30 rands is not unique and doesn't stand out. And Baloyi said that as a once-off is the highest and it speaks for itself. Well, yeah, Baloyi is liking to say that a lot, that the record speaks for itself. The statement speaks for itself. He asked, is there any explanation, Mr. Sbia, for these 15 transactions of recharging of prepaid purchase? MTN. Oh, guys, sorry. Think I'm getting, what is it, sinuses or something. My nose is itchy. So Sibia said that the prosecutor must first remind him if this is data or airtime so that he can respond. And if the Capitec agent was here, they were going to tell them as to what prepaid this was. And Baloyi then said it's immaterial whether it's airtime or data. The question remains, is there an explanation for these charges? Well, Sibia said if this was bought for MTN, whether it's data or airtime, it shows that when I'm at home, where would I would usually buy airtime, it would not be available. So he said he had to use his phone to buy that airtime. And he described about how at the home state, it's not like Johannesburg, right? There's usually one store, and he says that if in that store there's no airtime, then you have to make another plan of getting airtime, right? So he says the high frequency of purchases is just a demonstration of maybe that particular store, maybe didn't have the airtime that he was looking for, and he needed to use his cell phone to get MTN airtime, for example.
Yeah. And
I know that in KZN, the most powerful or the strong, not all of it, some parts of it, there's the stronger tower is that of Vodacom. Is the one that ebamba airtime, ebamba network. So most people use Vodacom.
Yeah.
So that's what I remember. Hey, usually it's Vodacom that is used a lot. And it's for network purposes because the towers are many compared to other cell phone networks. So they're able to connect a little bit easier. Then Baloyi said, but you were also using the number of 07937900137. And Sibia said yes. So the point I'm also trying to make with KZN and Vodacom being, I'm thinking in the manner of a store as well. Like as a shopkeeper, you want to amplify on what sells the most. and I believe Vodacom airtime would sell more. I could be wrong.
Yeah. It would.
As a shopkeeper, you'd stock more Vodacom airtime compared to other networks, because you know they're not gonna sell as much, right? You wanna intensify on Vodacom because you know the airtime goes like candy. So that's where I'm thinking of, and maybe that's why the purchases for the cell phone is MTN only. But Advocate Baloyi has another direction. He's thinking, no, you were buying airtime for this other number because that is the number that you did. And by the way, the MTN number that he's referring to is this number that Muzi now is disputing, the one that's handwritten and stuff.
Yeah. Which is conveniently, I think it was going to link Muzi and accused number 3.
Yes, it did in Stain, I think, in Stain's stuff. That's why he's saying that there's a link of accused 1 and 3 in Stain's evidence. He's talking about that number that's handwritten on the bank statement that Muzi's denying is his. Well, Sibia said yes, and Baloyi then said, so once again, the question that we pose to you, Mr. Sibia, is if you had a use of this number, the Vodacom number, why was it necessary to make all these 15 recharges during this period? Ramasepele said that this was a very vague question. The state does not imply, or does they do imply that the Vodacom number had airtime on it. Is that the question? Well, Sibia said that the witness has already said he was making use of that Vodacom number. And we asked the witness that of the use of Vodacom number, why was it necessary to make this recharge? It's for him to explain. Well, Ramasepele said, but the question is supposed to, and he said he stands by that the Vodacom number had data or airtime on it, because he can only make use of a device if you've got data or airtime. So the question he supposed is that the Vodacom number had airtime or data. Baloyi then said, but the witness can answer for himself. He can state what the position was. We think it's a fair question. Well, Sibia said, because I was using the number of Vodacom ending with 137, I did not have MTN at the time. The MTN I had ended with 109. But at home, there are people who use the MTN. He said his mother uses MTN. And he said he couldn't recall if he was buying it for his mother or what. But the phone that he was using at the time was Vodacom. And he can say, you can see it ends with 137. Well, Baloyi said that he had considered that he's the one who made these purchases. He never mentioned that he was buying the airtime for someone else. It was only when they raised the issue of the other Vodacom number that now they are raising the issue of possibly purchasing the unit for somebody else.
This guy is really suffering from something. I don't know.
And what I also noticed is that...
So now he's... After being answered, then he's using it, saying, no, you never mentioned that.
You never mentioned it before.
You've got to have this kind of madness. You are asking a person a question because you are seeing it there. Was it ever asked before?
No, it wasn't. He's supposed to volunteer information. That's what he's trying to tell.
So he's supposed to tell you everything, even when you went to the toilet.
Yeah, even if you didn't ask, which is creepy behavior. To want people to do that, to be forthcoming with information. So it means tactics are fear, make you scared so much that you are forthcoming with information. But it seems to not be working with Sibia. And that frustrates him. And also something that I noticed is that there's the defense was not sleeping today. The objections, and I think they are objecting more now because, in my opinion, I feel like Sibia is tired. I feel like Baloyi has finally achieved what he wants. Sibia is tired. Okay? So the defense is defending, which is their job. So now some people are upset. And that is why they're telling the defense to sit down. Because they don't want to see them doing that. They don't want to see them protecting their clients. They want their clients to be so exhausted that they end up agreeing to everything, which is what Baloyi had gotten the impression here that Sibia, as he was going through those transactions and said, yes, I can see it, yes, I can see it, he took that as consent to say, yes, you agree, yes, you agree. Yay! Now I see why we are so afraid of the courts. When this used to happen, and before I was learned, Mr. Anonymous, I used to think that this is normal, right? People would tell you, hey, it's very hot in court. Hey, the prosecutor, mshushisi. Hey, the other defense attorneys and whatnot. But now I see the tactics and, okay, this is what actually happens. There's actually nothing to fear here. There isn't. Now that I'm looking at this mess that's happening, it just takes a certain level of understanding of the process that, okay. And then you move in a particular direction that benefits you.
Go
But no,
ngeke khathale. I mean, Moses is telling the truth. He's always going to say the things that repeat them.
Mbiyanje inkinga ukuthi uBalo is trying to trick him. He's trying to trick him by saying he agreed to things he never agreed to. That's playing dirty in my opinion. Well, MNISI said that that's unfair. And in fact, he said he was just wondering what is the purpose of this exercise, because yesterday the state took the whole day. They went through the bank statements ultimately to come and tell the court that it was of no use or something like that. And he said he's just wondering if this would not come to that kind of a situation. He said, I'm just wondering because the state took this witness through all the transactions that are contained in this particular exhibit, but I yet to have to understand what is the gist of their cross-examination on this. In light of what happened yesterday, it said that it was immaterial or something like that. Baloyi said that they explained in the beginning that the accused from March 2013 until 2015, he was in KZN. He never returned in Gauteng. And we made it clear, this is Baloyi now responding, that we are presenting these base statements to show that the transactions were indeed in Gauteng. That refutes his allegation that he never returned to Gauteng. That is the purpose of that exercise. It's well and good, but you've already gotten what you wanted. He has told you that sometimes he would come to Gauteng occasionally to run errands or do whatever he needed to do and then return back home. You've gotten what you wanted. So why are we still going on with the purpose of trying to say, no, he used to come to Gauteng? Why is this taking so long? Where are we going now? Because you have gotten what you wanted. But where are we going now? Right? So that is basically what MNISI was asking. And he said that the page, Baloyi responded and said that the page is referring to yesterday is that of a form that was completed by an agent regarding a commission. And he said we are referring to just that one page, that it doesn't bear any relevance to these proceedings. It's just about an agent who processed that application. Why is it not relevant, Advocate Baloyi? It is relevant because you did not get this information from the air. You got it from the agent who processes it for you. So their particulars, their information is important.
Guys, I think we forgot to like the video. Please press the like button. Please, we appreciate the likes. Please press the like button. Just a reminder to everyone, take your time, press the like button, please.
Well, Ramasipili raised another point there that these prepaid transactions did not even show where they were performed. The judge asked if this was not for argument. Ramasipile said that is what is good for the geese is good for the gander, or must be good for the gander in this particular case as well. He said that whenever they raise issues in this court, they'll be told, no, leave it for argument. Where is this leading to? Similarly, Mr. Baloyi must be asked, where is this leading to? While the judge asked Baloyi in a jokingly laughing manner,
Mocking.
not
Mocking.
joking.
It was mocking. That's why MNISI was like, no, my lord.
I was mocking Ramasipele. And the judge asked, where is this leading to? Where is this leading to? Say, where is this leading to? Right? It's just making jokes and funny, acting like a bully, allegedly. Well, they say that this is really unfortunate. And yes, MNISI said, no, my lord. I'm sorry, Mr. Baloyi, but no, my lord, no. Well, the judge said, Mr. MNISI, sit down, please, just sit down. And when he said it to Mr. Baloyi that, sir, where is this leading to? He uttered words that really were not nice. He said, they say I must ask you that way. And I'm like, they say I must ask you that way. Well, the judge said, Mr. MNISI, just sit down, please, just sit down. And he said to him, sit where? Say, where is this leading to? Asking Advocate Baloyi. And Baloyi said that this lays the basis for the argument by the state at a later stage that during the period leading up to the deceased killing, thereafter the accused used another cell phone for the purpose of communication. In order for this communication to be picked up, he did not use the usual Vodacom number, and as they've indicated in the date that the deceased was killed on the 26th of October, there was a prepaid purchase MTN in the amount of 30 rands. So that lays basis to argue at a later stage that it shows that there was other communication on a cell phone either than the one that is known. And yeah, it's part of the transactions that he said that they will be refuting the evidence. The version by the accused that from 2013 to 2015 he was in KZN, so they form part of the whole transactions. And he said that they cannot leave anything. He said they will include it in the whole basket of evidence to tend to show that the accused was in Gauteng in the period that he says that he was in KZN. That's the whole basis of the exercise. I can see you're trying to place him at Gauteng for 2 years, but can you narrow it down to October 26th, 25th, 26th, somewhere there? Why have we got to be tortured with transactions of 2 years? Unless if you're not finding anything. And if you're not finding anything, spare us. Spare him. Oh my God, he's going for the 4th week on that stand. Oh! It's too much. It's too much. So after the short adjournment, Baloyi continued with the rest of the transactions. The 1st of November 2014, there was another prepaid purchase. 21st of November. Why are we doing November? You know, there's another one of 50 rands, a deposit that was made of 50 rands at Fosloras Naledi. Sibia said that anybody could have deposited that money. You know, he was at the homestead. Yes, back in the day before the fast apps, we didn't have apps, Katuni Foot. So if you wanted to deposit money, even if it was 100 rand, you had to make your way to the bank. The life was tough. So Baloyi regarded the 4,600 deposit that happened on the 28th of November 2014 at Fosloras Naledi Mall as a substantial deposit. Sibia said it could have been made by anyone, and he does not agree that it is a substantial amount, that 4,000 rands. It's 4,600 rands. It happened on the 28th of November 2014, and Advocate Baloyi was calling it a substantial amount. Baloyi went through more transactions, and from Foslorus on the 7th of December 2014, there was a purchase at Boxer KZN to the value of 140 rands. Sibia said he does not know who could have made that transaction. They'd been using the car together with Mbali. And Baloyi then said on the 13th of December 2014, there was a cash withdrawal at ATM Nongoma of 1,750. Sibia said he's not in a state to remember who did that transaction. He said he was buying his mom the MTN airtime. So Baloyi then said that the last transaction of the account was ending the transaction, or the final transaction was on the 13th of December 2014. But this was not the case, because MNISI actually pointed out that it's actually them, the state, who requested the dates, right, from March 2013 up until June 2015. He pointed it was written there on the form. It's not that the account stopped making transactions on December 13th. 2014. It's them, the state, they requested for that time period.
Yeah.
Well, Baloyi said that it is what he was saying. And then he repeated the same question to Sibia. Sibia said that there was not money coming into the account and no withdrawals. Okay, then he concluded to Advocate Baloyi on the transactions he was done. Siyabonga Baba, thank you. This is when now he introduced funny things. Baloyi now wanted to question Sibia on the alleged confession that was made by Ntanzi, taken by Magistrate Grunier. And the judge said, I thought it was inadmissible. Remember, the judge left a pending decision. He did not admit it, nor did he disadmit it. So it's on the fence, right? But they are treating it as if he admitted it. Him and Baloyi are saying it got admitted. Never mind that fence. It's no longer there. They admitted it. So Baloyi then said that they have argued with common purpose that the evidence is admissible. He read through a section, whatever. He had a textbook ready, and he said that Brigadier Gininda testified that as a result of the confession of accused 1, and he arrested 3, 4, and 5. But that's not what happened, Advocate Baloyi. 3, 4, and 5 were arrested because of accused 2's confession. Accused 1 does not lead to 3, 4, and 5. And he claimed that accused number 3's possession of a firearm was, he was found in possession of a firearm. The bullet point was found on the scene. And he also said that the evidence of kennel stain established that there was communication between accused 1 and 3. At this point, MNISI objected. The judge told MNISI that that is not the procedure. MNISI said the procedure is that he can object at any time unless if the court is telling him to sit down and shut me from objecting. Well, the judge said, I'm shutting you down. And then MNISI said, thank you. Well, this is strange because usually when you put forth an application, you become direct from the very beginning that I'm putting forth an application, which is what I was saying earlier on, that it was just so random. We are done with the transactions and now you're like on the confession of accused 1. So people are supposed to sangomarize and prophesy that you are making an application when you are not telling them that you're making an application. Can somebody help me? Because it just flowed and flowed. Even I was not knowing that this is an application. I'm only hearing him stating it that at the end, it's even stated by the judge that it's an application. So the judge translated it as rude that Mr. Baloyi is making an application and Mr. MNISI standing and objecting. But Baloyi didn't tell people that he's making an application. He did not communicate that. He didn't. And Baloyi said that the state is within its right to question Sibia about the contents of Ntanzi's confession. That's something, Mr. Anonymous, you need to find out for us. I don't know. I don't know. I need more time. Just like the defense needs more, I also need more time to research this. So he introduced an application and the judge asked MNISI for his argument. MNISI said that he was shut down. The judge said when counsel is still addressing the court, you don't stand up like you did. Well, MNISI said he can object. There's no law that says he cannot object. The objections can be raised at a particular point, which is true, especially when you feel like your client is being misrepresented and you feel like false information is being put down. It needs a little bit of correction. You need to object. I mean, come on. You can't just let somebody go on and put the wrong stuff on the record and then later, after 2 years, they tell you, why didn't you object? So he said every time it feels like an injustice is happening and he has every right to stand and object, but he shut him down. Well, he went to Ramasepili, judge, and asked Ramasepili to respond to Baloyi's application. Well, Ramasepili asked for more time to do research and then he will make an appropriate response. He said he will need more time, at least until tomorrow morning. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened in court.
So the state says it's common purpose. Charging these people on a common purpose.
Yes.
And because of that, it says that it's eligible to actually cross-examine on accused number two's confession.
Yes.
Cross-examining accused number one.
Yes.
Well, that is inadmissible according to S versus Love.
It on.
It is unless they properly brought within hearsay exception. So if they bring it like that, maybe.
But if not,
no. So 5 common purpose confessions. To prove common purpose, the state must show, okay, they are proving common purpose. Okay, here's a scenario. Most of the accused one confess, I robbed the shop with accused number 2. And accused 2 says nothing. Right? And then the court cannot use accused number 1's confession against accused number 2. Okay. Accused number 2 cannot cross-examine on the confession unless accused 1 takes the stand. So in this case, unless Muzi takes a stand.
No, read it again. It's actually vice versa.
Accused number 2 cannot, remember in this case, it's accused number 1 that confessed in this case. So move accused number 1 in Senzo's case, make him accused number 2. Do you understand? Accused number 2 cannot cross-examine on the confession of accused number 1 unless accused number 1 takes the stand.
Okay.
So in this case, Baloyi is jumping the gun. MNISI never cross-examined. Did he cross-examine on accused number 2's confession when he was leading?
No. No.
He didn't. So there's no such. There is no such. So Baloyi is just winging it. He's winging
Impilo
it.
zabantu lezi, guys.
He's winging it. He's saying it's common purpose. There is no reading of common purpose that I can find that allows you to cross-examine on the other accused on the basis of the other person's confession. There's no such. So unless they are admitting, look at it this way. This whole time, Gininde refused to accept that he actually took accused 3, 4, 5 on the basis of these people's confession. He says it was not alone.
Yes, that's what he said.
So that tells you that you cannot do that. That confession is only binding to the person who confessed, not to other people. Not to other people. So now Baloyi wants to say it is actually binding to everyone else. That means Gininda could have arrested these people
Based on accused
number
confession. No,
two's
that's why
confession.
he put it that way. Because
Yes.
I was like, but accused 3, 4, and 5 are not mentioned in accused one's confession. So, njani manje when
He is saying that because of common purpose charging that happened, he is eligible to question any accused on the basis of the confession that was made by accused number 3. It's literally taking it further. I don't know at what
making up
level.
his own law.
He's basically creating his own path.
Funny case law.
And if it is accepted, I guess then
Injustices are about to happen.
we are going to see a lot of people getting arrested based on hearsay.
Yeah. Sure.
If you look at it, these people, tell me if I'm wrong, they've been in that court when they were pressed about charging other people based on the confession, they distanced themselves from that. Gininde is on record saying that, in fact, the confession just helped them to follow the lead. And then as they investigated, then they find other things that they can arrest these other accused on. Yes. Do you understand? So now, Baloyi is pushing common purpose again in court, meaning he's accepting that actually we arrested other accused on the basis of this confession based on common purpose. But we will hear what the judge will say.
Yabona, nothing shocks me anymore.
Ngenzeka lifike lithi hayi, yeah, all right, Baloyi, submitile in nonsense. We accept it.
Nothing
But
shocks
I'm
me.
just preparing you here so that you don't get confused. It shouldn't be the case. That confession should not be used to cross-examine accused number 1. In a nutshell, it should never be used to do that. Unless
So,
accused
but
number 1.
The key principle governing this is found in Section 219 of the Criminal Procedure Act. No confession made by any person shall be admissible as evidence against another.
That's what Baloyi is doing there.
So there are various reasons that they gave why the prohibition, they're saying irrelevance and common law rule. At common law court, the extra out of court statements of one accused is inadmissible against a co-accused. So a statement is considered confession only against its maker. Constitutional fair trial rights Admitting a co-accused confession as evidence against another accused is seen as a severe infringement on the latter's right to a fair trial, particularly the right to challenge evidence, the right to cross-examine witnesses. If accused 2 doesn't testify, accused number 1's legal team cannot cross-examine them on the contents of the confession, which is highly prejudicial. Highly, because right now he's cross-examining. What is left is for MNISI and MNISI alone to re-examine. Not all the defense is going to re-examine. So that excludes Ramosepeli. Ramosepeli would not have an opportunity to re-examine. So danger of unreliable evidence as well is another point that they're raising, that confessions are often viewed with caution, which is not, it's not happening in that court. They are viewed with caution, and allowing a co-accused confession to be used against another raises the risk of admitting unreliable evidence. They make an example of one co-accused shifting blame.
You know what? I think MNISI, rightfully so, should not really entertain submitting anything.
Yeah, he should sit it out.
Yeah, he should just
Let
keep
them
quiet.
drown. Yeah.
He should look at what the judge is going to do.
They need to drown in this.
Because you don't need to defend the indefensible. This case, it has the state has nothing. But we want to see how the judge is going to move.
He can put it on record and say, I refuse to engage in this process because it's highly unethical, highly illegal.
Yes.
Adule Fatsi, I put it at the 4. Because there's nothing that he can do. They are made Popeyes to make and argue against something that is wrong, only for the judge to pass it at the end, because he just wants this trial to continue until Jesus comes. So
I'm happy about the position of MNISI at this point in time. We want to see how the judge
will rule.
This
he will
is
rule in favor of the state.
We will see. He will be
reached a point where
he won't only be ruling in this case. Then he will be setting precedent.
Yeah.
Remember.
Yes.
So this will affect the scholars that are coming. This will affect
that
other
have
cases.
To rearrange the knowledge that they've learned. That have to rearrange what they know.
So let us wait and see. I don't know why Ramosepeli submitted. Wanted to submit something. I was gonna let them just rule. Let's see what you're gonna say. Let him rule.
No, Ramosepeli must argue. He must argue if he feels they need to.
No, this like in this case, let him rule. We wanna see a judge setting a new precedent.
Yeah, he's about to.
Let him rule. There is no need to waste time going further and further and further and further. You are defended by the law. So there is no need for you to actually go and submit on the basis of that you are defended by the law. Let the judge show the experience that he is got.
I let them drown.
But themselves. I can tell you, tomorrow he's going to find it difficult to actually have something to scrap on and use it as his as he wants to make that decision of allowing Baloyi to do that. He's not even
asking. He's not even having that engagement with Baloyi. You know, it's not happening to say that, are you aware that this will be changing the law as we know it? It's unprecedented. It's unusual. It's wrong. No, he's not saying anything. He's just like, okay. Everything Baloyi does, okay. Hey!
So it's okay. Let him. Let's give him time. The reason why I'm not interested in the submissions of the defense, it's gonna waste time. I wanna hear what he's going to say.
It is. Even if Ramosepeli is preparing, he mustn't even lose sleep. Take what you know, put it together, even if you stand there for 10 minutes, it's fine. But you must let them know that this is wrong. It's an infringement on the rights of the accused. It's unprecedented. It's not supposed to be happening. And if the court allows it, it will allow it.
versus Ndlovu, that's the case.
Yes, S versus Ndlovu.
It does not allow such.
You don't have to lose sleep over this, because you losing sleep will affect your performance tomorrow.
And then for common purpose, you can quote S versus Thebas.
And you don't even need to hand the authorities, because I don't think that's what Advocate Baloyi did. He spent 5 minutes. That's how important this thing is to him. He only spent 5 minutes. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your energy and your effort. Just let him do whatever he wants to do. It's done.
Let us see what this judge is going to do. Whether he's going to be partial or impartial. Whether he's going to be governed by the law or he's going to make his own law. That's what we should see now.
Yeah. The ego shall speak. The ego shall speak.
We will see. So yeah, guys, press the like button, and yeah, that's it for today. Siyayivala, I mean.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back again tomorrow.
It's Friday tomorrow.
Today. Sorry, today. I always get confused. Today. Oh, maybe tomorrow, because it might be Saturday morning.
Let's press the like button, though. Let's press the like button.
At least there's a change. There's a change of gears now. Maybe I'll get interested again. But
as
this
we
whole thing of going through
this whole circus that we might have to watch today, let's press the like button.
Oh yes, guys, please press the like button. I'd really appreciate it. And yes, we'll see each other again later today or tomorrow morning.
It is like that. Bye-bye, Njomane. Bye-bye. Meyiwa Nendanganeni. Still a lion, that Madala. Sibandas Katele, you guys, you no longer take cause. Yes, because this is a tiring situation. We
exhausting.
Get exhausted. We come in here late because the preparation takes that long.
Yeah,
it's already 1:30 right now. Yeah.
Because I keep looking for something, anything, nothing. I'm not
so we will probably, if depending on how long it takes tomorrow, we will take calls. We do take calls. We do. We haven't stopped taking calls.
We haven't at all.
Unfortunately, it's 1:30 and I am working. Emily is also working. You don't want to jeopardize that process. As much as we deliver for you, we still come here and deliver for you, but that's why.
Yeah, we'll see each other again tomorrow. And maybe but let me not make promises, because I have a lot going on.
Every day I must say, thanks brother, sister, and hey, what's up, Cafe Pirate? As we are waiting, maybe we might also get a Lesotho favor so that we go forward, which will be very interesting, and that will only be more clear once we deal with Richards Bay. For now, our mountain is Richards Bay. To deal with Richards Bay at home, see if we can reach the final of Kallenberg Cable and then take it. That's more money, more players for Orlando Pirates. I mean, we all are already creating a very good team for South Africa. Bafana. So we will continue that line. You know, the only team that deals in local. We have local players. We took all local players that are really playing well, and I'm happy about that. Others, siyabazi ukuthi bayibamba lapha eZimbabwe, buy one get one for free. Bese ukuthi ke abanye ke banemali wena Emily bayibamba le ko Brazil yabona sha South Americans hayi bona banemali they buy in 50 millions and all that. We don't do that. Tina still nje ne South Africa. Shy South Africa.
Mchankura.
Abanye bathi nje buy one get one get more for free. Bayesha lento yabo. So tina sila South Africa. Football, local football is legal, and we have talent in South Africa. We are proudly South African. Indeed, we are proudly South African. Guys, I want to know what in your feel kanjani. Man nganilethela intombazane yazibhola. Ngesizwe ngebhola sometimes on this channel. On a different slot. So I'm going to disturb Emily. Emily is the boss of this channel, by the way, guys. Tina nje CCS. So Emily is over corner. But yeah, we need to pump up some other stuff like football, and also maybe a different session with different faces. Yeah, we are looking into faces. That. We are looking into not fresh faces. We can't say fresh faces. The face is fresh, but just new people. Because we're going to come here with that tendency of thinking that they are in charge of this channel. You are in charge of this channel. You created the channel. They are just coming with something different. Like football. You are not in football.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. So that's.
I'm not. I can't even pretend.
So
football is not my thing.
We are looking into that.
I watch it when everybody's watching, and I enjoy when everybody's enjoying.
I'm sure you last watched it in 2010.
No, I have watched one game or two.
Okay, what was happening with that game?
When was the last game I watched? I can't recall.
Yeah, by the way, we qualified for World Cup.
I know that.
You know that?
Yes.
So you know that it was Orlando Pirates that actually and Mamelodi Sundowns that qualified for World Cup?
Yes. I know that the man of the match, that young man, what's his name?
Man of the match, is it who?
What's that young man? He was being praised by Nigerians and stuff.
Oh,
Mbogazi. Yeah, I know about Mbogazi.
Mbombolokazi.
Yes. I saw him. I saw one or two clips. You know, he does his
TLB.
thing.
Hey, that's local is lekker.
He's from Pirates, right?
Yeah, he's from Orlando Pirates.
Yes,
local is lekker.
Yeah, akufani.
We
Akufani.
You also know which others are also crying, which they want their players to play for Bafana.
Now that they've qualified, they
were actually supporting other teams when we
were
holding. They were supporting other national teams because their players were not there.
Late.
And we asked
we
asked how do you get to see them when I emailed?
How?
Like what season 18? You hear them saying, "No, Mr. Anonymous, it was South Africa who qualified for World Cup." Yeah, we know it's South Africa.
But what is the squad? The squad. How many players are from where?
We know that we're eating burger, but we're interested in the meat inside. Where it comes from?
That is fine.
The cow meat.
We will be happy together.
Yeah,
now I'll watch. Now that they've qualified, definitely the first game that they'll be playing, I'll be there.
We will celebrate together. It's not an issue. But like cricket, Kaizer Chiefs is actually watching like cricket. We celebrate together. We know though that it's for certain people. I mean, like rugby. We do the same thing.
Yes. Join in the celebration.
South Africa.
Yes.
But nansi indaba la ikhona i-make yebheka ilama team amakhulu South Africa. I get people always say they have a big team because they won a lot of local cups.
Yes.
So now we get to see yabo which actually Bafana performs when two teams are performing. Initially it was no, not doing it, guys. You're my people, man. I'm not fighting you. guys. Yeah, man. Yeah. No, guys, thank you very much for being with us. We appreciate you. Until the next time, these are just jokes.
Yeah.
Light-hearted jokes because hey, mungaphela leya code zophathwa isifo senhliziyo wena utshela.
BPM on a daily. Mr. Anonymous, just tell our people how much I'm going through it.
Yeah, you are going through it. I get a lot of calls sometimes when we are listening to this. Like, what? What is this? Why? Hey, cool down. Calm down.
I'm going through it, fam. Pray for me. Ken Baloy, sit down. I am tired. I feel like this is worse than Gininda.
I know. Look who's that. No Rudzani. Rudzani, ungawari mfethu. I'm a pirate fan. It's not a secret. I'm a pirate fan. It's not a secret.
He is a pirate fan.
It's like I'm a Barca fan. Like yesterday, I was also not happy. I mean, the day before. Is it the day before yesterday? Yes, we drew against Club Brugge. That pissed me off. So, but we do Kaizer Chiefs and Pirate. We are on each other's face, right?
Yeah.
And it's more from the other side of Pefin. They are on our face. We don't normally make noise. We win things, we keep quiet. And then others.
It's a jovial move.
After 10 years, they win a cup. Yeah. I'm telling you.
But it's kind of nice when Chiefs has won.
You can hear, ne?
Yes.
Wherever you
loud.
stay. Wherever you stay.
Everybody's happy.
People hoots and everything.
Yes. You can feel it.
That's Kaizer Chiefs for you.
You can feel it. Oh my God.
That's Kaizer Chiefs. That's Kaizer Chiefs for you. Even when they score. You know when you know where I stay.
You can hear it.
Where I stay.
Like, wow, is this the World Cup? What's going on?
You know where I stay, how I know Kaizer Chiefs is playing even if I didn't see the fixture?
Yes.
It's through the noise. Like they would make noise.
Yeah, they're loud.
You know, Pirate can score a goal. You mute your TV. You mute your TV. You listen around. It will be quiet. Quiet. No one will be making noise. But you are watching TV and you see, oh, Pirate actually scored. Kaizer Chiefs score a goal against Obit. They score 4 goals against college kids. Yeah, they are telling us we won 1-0 against them. These kids are stressed by exams. I mean, they're dealing with exams. But yeah, man, they are our young brothers in Kaizer Chiefs. They are our young brothers.
When Orlando Pirates has won, it's like, yeah, yes. When Chiefs has won, it's like, yeah.
We nip it in the bud.
People are hugging each other. It's like the World Cup.
Unjoms Uti, we are Arsenal. No, I actually like watching Arsenal because of the football they play, total football. Since Arsene Wenger's time, I do watch Arsenal. I'm not gonna lie. Same as Man City. I kind of like it because it is coached by Pep Guardiola, and so we follow him. I mean, he's a Barca legend.
He's a football genius.
Genius, yeah. We follow him. So also Arsenal. I mean, teams like Bayern now, since SuperSport decided to show Bundesliga on these channels and some French, like Luis Enrique's team at PSG. I mean, I like them because they are actually taking the brand from where now? From Barcelona. That's Barca DNA. Luis Enrique is a legend and was a coach of Barcelona. I
remember him.
Vincent Kompany is a product of Pep Guardiola. So is Arteta, it's a product of Pep Guardiola. So I support him. Unfortunately, when Joms Arsenal we know they win. You know, Arsenal have these tendencies of, you know, when Comrade Marathon starts, amen.
Yes.
There is this person who starts from Marisbeck, starts sprinting, out-sprinting everyone. But normally you find that person at the end when it finishes. That's Arsenal. Those are the Gunners. The Gunners, they start fast.
80 kilometers.
They start fast. They don't pace themselves. They start so fast. Right now, they've won everything in Champions League, 4/4. They have actually, they've done everything. They're probably done, according to them. But they can just crash out like that, out. After winning everything, they can just crash. That's Arsenal for you.
See why we need a football slot? I'm tired of having these conversations with Mr. Anonymous. Yes.
So when I come here angry, I'm like, hey.
I need to see people ranting, okay? I need to see people angry. I need to see people complaining, all right? I need to see people explaining where it went wrong, okay? And I need to see people analyze, able to predict what is going to happen for the gameplay.
This time we're honoring everyone. That's what Real Madrid thought when they were showing Barcelona that has like 9 injuries or so. Then came Liverpool. They just moored them like they were small kids. So Arsenal is also dealing with everyone. Yes, I agree. But watch and see. Halfway, can we have this conversation? Let's see if that is still happening. Because with Arsenal, you know why these things happen is they have a small squad. So if one person gets injured or two, they are done. And with the intensity that they play with, there is no way they're not going to incur about 3 or 4 injuries. So from there, it goes down.
Okay.
So it's a bye from me, guys. Thank you very much. Again, this is just, it's football. You can't get angry, Gasport, man. Chill out.
Exactly.
Yeah, iphelela lapha bafowethu. Danko.
Bye, guys.